Hi, everybody. My name is Caitlin Powell, and you should know that if you're looking at this on my Facebook. But if you don't, that's my name. And just a little disclaimer, I may cry in these, and I may not. I may be angry. I don't know yet, but it has been an emotional roller coaster. But I've decided to do this video blog for myself to hopefully help me get me through this crappy process, as well as maybe answer some questions that any family or friends may have. That way, everyone can go to this one place and get the answers here rather than have to repeatedly ask. So anyway, before we get started, I would like everyone to direct their attention to the top right corner of the screen. I don't know if it's going to be this way or this way. What's going to be right? I don't know. But there is an X box that you can click if you happen to have any negative comments or thoughts. Please feel free to click it. I don't need that in my life right now. Which I understand it's kind of like a bad car wreck. You can't look away. We are human. I completely get it, but just you don't have to watch it. You don't have to. Sometimes it's hard not to, but here we go. Okay, so I want to start off with a little bio about myself. I was adopted by two amazing parents. And I'm half Japanese, half Caucasian or Cajun, Caucasian Asian, or a JA, however you know me. If you know me personally, you know that we make fun of it. And I make fun of my ethnicity a lot because of the mixture. So in high school, let's fast forward high school, 11th grade, I dropped out. I had bad anxiety, depression, and immediately went to school, college, and I ended up with my master's in nursing. So that's where I am with my education. Um, what else? So that's my education. My mind is going to go everywhere. So if you want to skip ahead, that's totally fine. I get it. There's a lot going through my brain right now. So I have an amazing husband, and if y'all know Pate, y'all know how amazing he is. I'm extremely lucky. He's been so supportive of everything that I do and have done, and he's great. Everybody that meets him loves him. Um, so I always say that I definitely don't deserve him because he is so great. We've been married for 5 years. We celebrated our 5-year anniversary in April of this year, 2018. And we have a beautiful baby boy named Baux. It's the Cajun spelling with Baux. Um, and he's great. He's so smart. It's scary. I know every parent thinks that their child is the smartest thing around, but he really is smart. And I think he gets it from his daddy. He gets it from his daddy. So anyway, um, so we had our 5-year anniversary in Costa Rica, um, and we had started to plan out when we were going to have our next child. We had actually talked about starting January 2019, starting for our next baby. So I actually saw my OBGYN April before we went to Costa Rica. And so I guess on that exam, nothing showed up. I don't do self breast exams, but if you are any age of a woman or girl, please do it. It does make a difference, and it's so different hindsight 2020 now, and it's weird. Just you never know, and some can't be felt, and that's terrifying. But I have little ones that you cannot confuse for mountains. So I guess maybe for me, I just thought that if there was anything, it would be easy to find. Especially I go yearly. I go probably too much to the doctor. I don't know if that's the hypochondriac in me from being a nurse or what. In fact, I had really bad mono not that long ago before we went on vacation, and I asked my nurse practitioner to test me for everything you could test me for cancer. So this has already been something in my mind. By the way, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I actually have the Asian glow syndrome, where I'm pretty much allergic to it. If I just take a few sips, then I start feeling hungover. My whole body turns red. I turn into a lobster, blah, blah, blah. If you know me, then I've explained this to you, and it's probably annoying to hear. So I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm actually a certified yoga instructor. I used to exercise a lot more before Bo. Having kids is hard. And I keep saying that I'm going to get back at it. So hopefully one day I can start back. So I exercised okay. I ate okay, which, if you know me, I like to eat. I love food. So I wouldn't say that I eat extra healthy, but it's not too terrible. Also, another statistic. Oh, by the way, I haven't said it. I was going to get to it, but I was diagnosed with invasive ductal cell carcinoma in my right breast. So that is why we are here on this camera. That's to help me to go through this process and hopefully look back and see where I've come. So I'm ready for that. So we'll get to the diagnosis in a little bit. What was I even talking about? I don't even know. My Asian glow, I guess. My health, so statistics of reducing your risk of breast cancer is breastfeeding. And then I heard a new one is having a boy can even lower your chances. Well, I had a boy and I breastfed, and I was a pretty big advocate for breastfeeding. I remember telling Pate, well, despite how hard it is to breastfeed, at least it reduces my risk of breast cancer. And here we are. So everything that, you're supposed to do, I feel like I did. I don't have a cancer policy because I don't smoke, and I didn't think that I needed it, which I wish I did, because you never know. Life slaps you in the face and reminds you that you're not in control, no matter how much of a control freak you are. Because definitely after high school, I became a very big control freak. Like, after we got married, I want to wait a little bit, and let's wait to have kids, and we'll space them out accordingly, that type of thing. But life has different plans. So of course I am the unlucky less than 5% of young women who get diagnosed with breast cancer. Luckily, I have a great family support system as well as friends. In fact, I probably wouldn't be talking on this if it weren't for my parents and my in-laws. I know that they had posted some things on Facebook, and at that point I was not ready to admit it. Also to my work family, my new work family. We just moved here to Brandon. I didn't want to say it out loud. It's like this disease that you just don't want to talk about, or for me, this is just my experience with everything, of course. I didn't want it to be real, and I told Pate that multiple times, like, I'm not ready to accept this new reality. But having to tell people that I was just diagnosed with cancer has helped me in this short amount of time come to the fact that this is happening and this is real. And so I would like to thank everybody that did, because if it weren't for y'all, I would not want to talk about it. I would not have probably answered anybody's text messages about what was going on. especially my boss. She was the only one that knew in that area. And when I came back to work after the diagnosis, I came back to work the next day. She told me that she had not told my two main coworkers, and that she felt like it needed to come from me. And I really, really appreciate that, because me being able to speak it out loud and talk to them helped so much. And it feels so important to be able to connect with people who care and who can't imagine what I'm going through, but that want to help. So it is very important to me, and I think that this will help a lot. So let's get on to the diagnosis. At the end of September, Pate found a lump, and I went to the nurse practitioner that next day, and she felt it, and she said, well, maybe it's a cyst or fibroadenoma. Okay. So we get an ultrasound. I'm thinking it's a cyst at most, and I will be happy. Oh, that's fine. And it's not fluid, but the ultrasound tech said, basically, I'm just going to speak my piece, but I'm pretty sure you're not walking around with cancer. So, okay. So throughout this whole time right now, just so y'all know, I'm not thinking that it's cancer. I'm not worried. Anyway, so she says that. I'm like, okay, well, then I'm scheduled for a mammogram. And it's really not as bad as people think. It squishes your boobs, and maybe if you have bigger boobs, maybe it does hurt. It is uncomfortable. It's pulling. Anyway, but it wasn't that bad. They just did it on the one side, and that resulted out to be a 4B, which means it's not. Oh, fly. Shoot, fly. Ah. At least it's not a wasp. Yeah, looking at the positive here. So, anyway, so 4B is it's definitely not cancer, but it's definitely not cancer. Anyway, the recommendation is biopsy. I found out the 4B status while I was in Wisconsin. And so then we scheduled my cord biopsy for that Friday. And then I got the results the next week on Tuesday that it was cancer. And that was devastating. I had a panic attack, as in tunnel vision and nausea and heart palpitations. It was not fun. I was actually in a meeting and stepped out. It was not fun. That was not a fun day. None of these days have been fun, actually, because I have anxiety anyway. That doesn't help anything. But thank God for my support. That is helping me tremendously. So, we got the pathology report and started a treatment plan. When was that? That was Friday. And what we're going to do now is have my first surgery, which is a lumpectomy, which is taking out the actual lesion or lump, as well as testing the nodes, the ones that go directly to the tumor. And then they'll test that to see if any nodes are affected, and he will know that before I wake up, so I will know that answer before I wake up. Right now I'm sitting at a stage 1A, and of course that will change if the nodes are positive. I am trying to be optimistic, but I am not optimistic that they're not going to be in there. That it has not spread there. I feel like it has. And I hope to God that I'm wrong. No, if it spread, it does not mean that it's a death sentence. but it will help if it hasn't. Um, so that is tomorrow at 7, and we will find out everything in a couple of weeks. I did a genetic test as well to see if there are any other genetic factors that go into this, and that's how it will be treated. Right now, my mindset, just if anyone's interested, is I'm planning on just getting rid of both. It's going into a lot of detail, but I don't really care because this is my own blog. Like I said, the X button if it's too much. And then probably chemo, which I'm okay with. I am okay. I'm not okay. Clearly, I'm not okay. But this is my life now, and I'm trying to come to terms with it. So chemo, lose my hair, all that jazz, and I want to look back in 5 years and know that I beat this. So what's been hard for me is that, of course, I still want babies. So how I'm feeling right now, I am sad. I am angry. I'm confused. I feel a lot of grief. I feel guilty that my family has to go through this. I feel guilty that I feel guilty that there is a possibility, because statistics are not on my side right now, that there is a possibility that Pate and Bo will have to live without me. And I don't want that. And I feel guilty that they are having to go through this with me. I feel guilty that my family is having to go through this with me. You know, my family, if y'all know them, they are having a blast. It's retirement. You know, everybody's going to these concerts, and I always said I'm ready. Oh, side note, I am turning 30 in November, and I just met with a photographer here in Jackson because I told him, and I've told people, like, I feel so old, and I want to preserve the way I feel now before I turn 30. And I want to look back. God, I didn't think I was going to cry this much. But it hasn't fallen yet, so I'm keeping it together as much as I can. I've cried a lot. I'm surprised there's any tears left. I told him I wanted to preserve how I look and feel now in photos. I want to feel beautiful and healthy and happy, and I want to do something, special for my birthday. And that was to take photos in something really beautiful, a beautiful dress or whatever. It's just strange to look back at that. And anyway, so okay, I know I'm going everywhere. I tried to write down a little plan of what I was going to talk about. I'm trying not to go too far, but it's already almost 20 minutes. So we won't know the complete future plan until tomorrow, and until we get the pathology results back. I will have an oncologist for the rest of my life. I will see my surgeon for the rest of my life. People have asked me what can they do. That is just pray for me and my family. Just keep us in your thoughts and prayers. I don't know anything else about, finances, food, whatever. I just want my family to be okay. I want Bo to go through all of this, hopefully without too much interruption in his own growing. his own milestones, and anyway, we just need y'all's love and support. Just let us know that y'all are praying for us and that y'all are thinking about us. That's what we need right now. I'm sure I left some things out. I just don't want to go completely long in this. I do want to end every video blog with something I'm grateful for. So things I'm grateful for are the fact that I am outside and I'm looking at the sun and I can feel the wind breeze. I'm thankful for the fact that I'm able to get up and play with Bo and be there for Pate. I'm thankful for that we were able to go to the pumpkin patch and pick out pumpkins for this time of year. I'm so very thankful for all of the love and support from my family and any friends who have reached out to us. I am thankful for so many things right now. I need people to always make sure that it's not okay, and it may not be okay, but I'm still breathing right now, and it's okay not to be okay. Also, before anyone ever says anything about breast cancer being, treatable, please don't say that to me. If you do your research, it is much scarier than that. Taking off your boobs or whatever, doing chemo, that doesn't guarantee anything. Please do your research before talking to me if you want to say something like that, because it hurts more than helps. I think that's about it right now. So thank you for watching if you've stuck in with me this long. I'm sorry that it did take so long. I'm sorry if the video is shaky. Maybe I'll figure something else out for the next time. So I love everyone that is watching this and is feeling like they are supporting me through this, and my family. Thank you. I love y'all.